Okay, we're one game away, buddy,
60 minutes away
from the Super Bowl. Seahawks and the 49ers. For the third time, the two best teams, as far as I'm concerned, in the NFL will meet to decide it all in Seattle on Sunday, and we feel kind of confident, but there's a little bit of trepidation.
A little bit. I mean, not everything is clicking the way you'd love it to. You'd love it if this team was just clicking on all cylinders, offense, special teams, defense. They've got a couple of those. It's the passing game that's been a bit of an issue recently, and they've won a couple. They lost against the 49ers, they lost against the Cardinals, and they struggled up until the fourth quarter of the Rams game. And then in this game, I think why it is more jarring for me anyway, and I know I'm speaking just for myself because people get bunched up if you dare criticize, but they had 2 weeks to prepare for this. Right? You had 2 weeks off to get prepared for a team that you throttled last time, and I didn't expect another one-sided affair.
Again,
yeah,
so
it's
sure.
Playoffs, different environment, but for whatever reason, the passing game just hasn't been clicking. There's no rhythm to it. Russell's been off, and some will maintain, well, that's what he's being asked to do. He's asked to not turn the ball over. And
True,
keep it
to a degree. But
to a degree, yeah. They're not throwing the ball all over the place. They build a lead. Defense is what they're going to rely on in the running game, and I get that. My thing is when you are passing and when you're asked to pass, that there's some rhythm to it, and it just hasn't been there. We saw who he was in the middle of the year. I mean, we were talking about him as a potential MVP candidate,
right,
in relation to Peyton Manning and all of that, and that conversation's long gone.
Well, 4 of the last 5 games hasn't even thrown for 200 yards. It got me thinking today, and we have not heard anything from him and wouldn't hear anything from him during the season. I'm beginning to wonder if he's hurt, if there's something physically wrong with Russell Wilson that he's not using as an excuse and he's not even willing to bring up. He doesn't look it in particular out there, but you've made the point. I mean, he has not been as fluid in the passing game, and nothing has really changed. I mean, the only thing they've done is actually added Percy Harvin. In terms of the passing game, had the same guys out there since Sidney Rice has been gone. We're very effective without him anyway. If anything, the offensive line's gotten even better than it was during that middle part of the year when he was throwing.
They sat Carpenter down.
Yeah, for crying out loud. And Bowie was terrific at left guard. So I'm beginning to wonder if there's some physical thing with Russell Wilson that's slowing him up, because it's hard to come to grips with it. Again, I do think part of it is their belief, and I subscribe to this belief, especially come playoff time. They control the football, they can run it well, and don't turn it over. You're just not going to beat that defense. You're just not going to beat that defense. But doesn't mean you can't be efficient in the passing game, and that's what we're not seeing. So a little worried about that.
Well, especially with a Niners defense that is very good at stopping and slowing down the run. Now, Marshawn has had good days against them, but again, this is the playoffs. It is a different set of circumstances. Otherwise, we'd be expecting another blowout the way they've blown them out the last 2 times they came to CenturyLink. So if for some reason they're able to really stymie the running game, you want to feel like, hey, the passing game's been clicking. We're fine either way. Pick your poison.
Right.
You don't really feel like that in this game. Yeah, he hasn't been making mistakes, but you haven't been making teams pay. I mean, 5 turnovers against the Giants, and what did they muster? You had 9 turnovers in 2 weeks and mustered like 17 points off those turnovers. So
right.
I'm not saying they'll lose. I actually believe they're going to win this weekend, but I would feel much more confident about that prediction if there was just a little more rhythm to the passing game.